Hey skaters, thanks a lot for tuning in. This is a video where we're going to target something very specific, but it is nevertheless a very important video because often I find the feet, the ankles, to be the weak link in a lot of skaters. And if you don't have the stability down there, if you don't have it all aligned, even if you create a lot of power, if you have strong legs and the rest of your technique is well developed, then a weak link in the feet and the ankles can make you lose all that power. So this workout is a handful of different feet-toe exercises that'll create some ankle strength, but especially some steering in your toes and just allowing you to activate your shins and your calf muscles correctly. Some of it is even coordination and to some extent mobility. So just a lot of different things that are crucial to good skating. And in these exercises, we're gonna, work on each of them separately, and then some of them are gonna be combinations. Let's get going with these feet strength activation exercises. Like I just mentioned in the introduction, this is a very overlooked thing in skating, if you ask me. And these are super simple ways that I would probably just use it in my warm-up or my cool-down, or even just in the morning to activate, to improve this. The first one is walking on your toes and walking on your heels. When walking on the toes, we're also going to activate a little bit of calf, of course, because you want to raise the heel. And same way when you walk on the heels, you're going to activate your shins and to some extent even your quads because it takes some effort to lift them up. But that's part of it. And again, when we're skating, it's a common kind of misconception about skating that we strengthen a leg, we strengthen a shin. It's not going to be that easy to separate. It's all a very linked movement as we skate. And if you're good at skating, it's what we would call very, very functional strength. And that's what we're going to train here. So really feel like you're lifting your heel. You can play around with it if you do multiple repetitions. Some of them you can keep it hovering just above the ground, and some of them you can raise it almost as far as you can, go full ballerina on it. Same with the heels. Just raise the toes a little, activate some of the muscles down there in the feet. Or you can do it where you try and just get them as high as you can, really burning your shin. Now, next one here is walking on the inside versus walking on the outside of your feet. This one will activate, of course, the inside and the outside, which is great, especially if you're into learning the double push. Then you do want to be able to maneuver switching from the inner edge of your wheels or blades to the outer and vice versa. And this one is very crucial, and in order to do so without either fatiguing or losing stability, make sure this is not your weak link. Now here we have the toe landing and the heel landing, and then rolling towards the opposite end of your foot. This one will also take a little bit of coordination, but it's a nice exercise because it'll teach you to gradually engage other muscles and use them differently to make your foot do the movement you desire, which again in skating is great because some people maybe have a tendency to push a little backwards or forward or let the foot collapse in. And that's where we can use these stabilizing tiny muscle groups to automatically adjust for that so there's no weak link at the bottom of our whole power transfer line. So toe landing, you would roll backwards. It feels awkward because you're moving forward but you're rolling backwards, and then the heel land feels a little smoother, I would say. But play around with both of those and make them as natural as possible. Now the final one here, it feels a little better if you have like a yoga mat that you can actually squeeze, but you can do it out here the way I do it. It's simply squeezing your toes, because we use the toes as the widest part of the feet to maintain balance as we have them down in our skates. So being able to use those and contract those is fantastic. And that's why I put it in this program. Another one that is fun to play around with is rolling with your feet. So you make a wave starting with the small toe going towards the bigger toe, and vice versa, where you lift the bigger toe and then go towards the small toe. Another way of doing it is also simply just raising your right toes versus raising your left toes, just to get that brain muscle connection going. This one you will quickly notice if you do this just a couple of times, that you're gonna have big improvements, which goes to show how untrained an area this naturally is. So I hope you want to have a little bit of fun with your feet here and hopefully get them stronger so you can skate a little better. I suggest you do this either as part of your warm-up or cool-down, or at least a designated, it's gonna be a quick session, maybe 10-20 minutes a week, because it is extremely important. At first you might even get sore, so I'd probably boot after my skating workouts just to, still have some shins and proper kind of feet dynamics in your workout. They're difficult, and even though it's just a single body part that we're actually playing around with, it does demand a lot of focus, so be in it when you do these. Don't chat with your buddies, and just try and really see how much you can steer your different toes, your feet kind of steering. So have fun out there, and click subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed the video. I hope you do, and I'll see you for the next one.